Now, Eskom and unions have finally reached a wage hike agreement of 7% to break a crippling strike. It remains to be seen whether this will bring an end to stage 6 load shedding. Eskom says it will help stabilize the situation and maintenance operations can resume. But during a briefing earlier, it was clear that bad blood remains between the two sides. To discuss, we're now joined by one of the unions involved, the National Union of Mine Workers spokesperson, Livhuwani Mammburu. Mr. Mammburu, thank you for being with us. So you were saying that Eskom had negotiated in bad faith, and this is, in some respects, a compromise agreement. So you're not ecstatic this late afternoon?
Francis, our General Secretary said that we would have loved the wage negotiations to be concluded early if Eskom did not walk out or declare a dispute at the wage negotiations. Remember that, Francis, we had to persuade them to come back to the negotiating table, and we are happy that they did come back, and that is why today you see that there's an agreement that has been reached.
All right, and are you happy with the 7%?
Our members have given us a mandate, and we are happy with what they have given us. And it's a mandate from our members, even though all the demands have not been met. We also have a key demand of income differentials that Eskom refused to deal with it. You still find a situation at Eskom where income differentials is still happening, or what we call apartheid wage gap, where you still find white employees are still earning more money than black employees.
In the same jobs, doing the same things?
Definitely, even though they're doing the same job. This is still a key demand that our members are still angry about. They still want to see Eskom addressing that issue. The NUM has raised that issue 8 years ago, and still today it has not been addressed, Francis, as we speak.
All right, one of the bugbears of unions was Eskom saying that the strike action, the illegal strike action, had escalated load shedding. So we saw stage 6 rolling blackouts. Do you believe that we'll see an end to stage 6 now?
I don't think workers are the ones who caused stage 6, Francis. Load shedding has been there. Our members are not responsible for stage 6 of load shedding. As we speak, Francis, Eskom is busy shutting down units in power stations like Komati. Komati has 8 units out of 9. Those 8 units have been shut down, and that amount to 1,200 of megawatts out of grid. And you go to Hendrina, there are 2 units that have been shut down, and that amounts to 480 units, 480 megawatts that is out of grid. You go to Grootfontein power station in Baal from Mpumalanga. 3 units were shut down, and now they have been refurbished, but we don't know why Eskom is not putting them online. Eskom has spent millions in refurbishing those units at Grootfontein power station. We like I said, we don't know why they're not putting them online.
All right, so this is a blame game, Mr. Mammburu, but surely if there are operations or what we heard, power stations running with skeleton staff, or only 10% of the staff members there, surely that would have a huge impact.
No, we don't believe, Francis, that narrative that is being pushed by Eskom, that our members are responsible for stage 6 of load shedding. So we will see from now on, Francis, by signing this agreement, if load shedding is going to end, or load shedding itself is going to end. Remember, Francis, we have a situation where when the CEO was appointed, he promised South Africans or the public that load shedding will end load shedding in 18 months, and that has not happened. We still see load shedding happening.
The final question, I mean, the whole issue of whether workers should be declared essential services or not has come up. But Eskom and many other critics targeted unions and said that you did not, or certainly you did not explicitly condemn the violence and intimidation that was reported around the strike. How are you feeling about the conduct of members? Do you expect Eskom to go after some of your members?
That is not true. That narrative is wrong also. We did say that as the NUM, we do not condone acts of intimidation or violence if they were happening. We did say that and in public. And we don't believe that narrative at all, because we were also in touch when our members were picketing in power stations. Our members were not aware of any acts of violence or intimidation that were happening in power stations. So that narrative is false, Francis.
All right, I wish we could discuss further. I mean, we had a government minister showing pictures. Of course, you couldn't see who was behind setting cars alight or attacking the homes of managers. But a huge issue, part of this strike, Livhuwani Mammburu, spokesperson for the NUM. Unfortunately, because of time, we leave it there.